Oh, I just found another print-on-demand jackpot. This round rug on Etsy is making thousands. On the shop on eRank, this specific rug starts at $45 for the smallest rug and goes all the way up to over $100. $21,000. They created that listing 3 months ago. They have over 100 different rugs that are all making over $5,000. Guys, we're gonna design one together. Let's go. So I looked up round rug and everything's in the green. I found quite a few keywords that are also relatively high search, low competition. I feel pretty good about designing in this niche. So I'm gonna head over to canva.com and I'm gonna start with a 4,000 by 4,000 page. Just added a circle element so that I know where my design needs to be located on the page to fit in the area rug. I just added some Canva elements to make this like aesthetic, geometric area rug. Just basic in the nude colors. But I'm also going to offer color variants like this peach, maybe a gray and a teal. So you're gonna head up here and download it. You're gonna choose SVG. You're gonna head over to printify.com and you're gonna find this round rug. It comes in 60 by 60. It can be produced in America and Germany. You're gonna click start design. So here's the design area. When you guys drop your image in here, you wanna make sure it not only fills to the dotted line, but fills all the way to this black line. So I uploaded my image, check my resolution, which is high. SVG should never give you an issue. And we're gonna hit preview. There we go. Here's one of Printify's mockups. If you're happy with the placement, come down and click Save Product. You're gonna fill out the details for the Etsy listing. Came down here and added all the keywords directly from eRank. I used ChatGPT to write me a description that includes all of my keywords. Prior to starting this listing, I created shipping profiles over in Etsy and then selected that shipping profile here. Don't know what a shipping profile, it's basically what your standard is for charging for certain products. Creating a shipping rule that you're gonna apply to whatever products you're putting into your shop. So for example, I like to split shipping with my buyer. So I go over to Printify, I find the cost of shipping for that product. For example, shipping is $26 for this rug. Over in Etsy, I would create a shipping profile that charges the customer $13 for shipping. Once published, Etsy will move that shipping profile over to Printify if your profiles are linked. When you create rugs for your shop, you'll be able to select that shipping profile while editing all this information for your Etsy listing. All right, so let's go to pricing. So this rug, 60 by 60, costs $51.72 for Printify to make. This is what Printify is gonna charge you plus shipping. Here is the recommended retail price if you want a 40% profit margin. But keep in mind, this really isn't 40% because it's not subtracting Etsy fees. I would do a little bit more research on what is selling on Etsy in terms of rugs and price points, all of those things. Based off of that best-selling listing, they don't have a 60 by 60, but they have a 70 by 70 that's selling for like $120. I feel pretty comfortable with that $86 range, considering I'm gonna split shipping. So it's really gonna come out to be around $100 for the customer, and I'll profit around 20 bucks. So once you're done with your pricing, you're gonna come down here and publish to your shop. Now the fun part. Mockups. Printify's mockups for these rugs were not terrible, so you don't absolutely need to get other mockups, but I did find a pretty cool resource. It's a site called Media Modifier. It's very similar to Placeit, but honestly, I think it's a little better. They have tons of round rug mockups. So I'm gonna select this one. Here's the mockup. You'll come over here and add your image, and they'll put the image directly on the mockup for you. You can start off for free, and then it's $12.50 a month. If you're doing a lot of products in your shop that aren't just t-shirts and sweatshirts, I think subscribing to something like Media Modifier or Placeit really is worth it because they have all the mockups that are really hard for you to create on your own. So you'll create your mockups, export them, upload them into your Etsy listing, add your tags in your listing to match your title and keywords in your description, and then list it. And bonus, if you're just starting to list rugs or something similar in your shop for the first time, I would do some A/B testing on your mockups. Duplicate your listing, change the leading mockup, list it, and see which one performs better. Different mockups speak to different customers. So if your listing isn't performing well, replicate it, change the mockup, see if that makes the difference. I hope that was helpful. That was fun. Let me know if you're going to be doing carpets in your shop. Not sure if I'm diving in yet, but honestly, that was a little enticing. Let me know what you think.